All right, let's discuss an increasingly common problem. Let's say you need to produce some crisp, clean dialogue for a book, say, or for a podcast. If you're a normal person, you probably don't have all the stuff, the expertise, or the time. Well, there's a potential neat new solution that's going to fit some people's budget, skill set, tool set, and timeline just right. It's called Audyllic. They'll take your voice recordings, process them, and spit them back to you. The file that you'll receive has been automatically compressed, EQ'd, phase corrected, about 1 billion things that they're not going to tell you because the process is actually sort of proprietary. Anyway, you get back a nice file that is at minus 16 LUFS, which means it's at standard web volume. Let's walk through the process and explain the whole who, what, when, where, why as we go. Let's use this. It's a $200 Tula microphone that records to itself. It's pretty great. It's going to be our stand-in for what most civilians would use as a microphone. Cheap, easy, not terrible. As opposed to what, though, you might ask? Well, here's one example of an average professional dialogue recording chain. Professionals would take a U87, put it through a nice preamplifier, to a nice equalizer, to a nice compressor, and then to the recording chain. They might even do some mixing and processing after that. It's about $10,000 worth of stuff, which is why most people use something like this. I'm going to record a quick piece of audio, we're going to upload it, it's going to be processed, and then we're going to listen back to it. Audyllic is a software as a service, SAAS, that enables the reduction of time. All right, so that's what we've recorded on the Tula. Here's where the magic happens. Let's upload that file. Choose File. Desktop, it's this. We're going to hit Upload. There it is. Now I can choose some basic settings. Natural radio sound, rich radio sound, classical music, talk and sports, some background noise. So I'm just going to go for a natural radio sound. Raw, straight out of that little mic. Upload job. Now we wait. Download. And here we have the timeline for this entire video. This is weirdly meta. I'm going to slot that audio in right here. Audyllic is a software as a service, SAAS, that enables the reduction of dynamic range, the ratio between the loudest and softest sounds, for speech and music audio files, such as podcasts or audiobooks, to make listening in noisy environments, particularly the car, much less difficult and a more pleasant experience. Recording stopped. Not all podcasts are created equal. Not all podcasts hosts are also trained recording engineers. As a result, sometimes in certain environments, they can be kind of hard to listen to. Like in a car, for instance, you might start losing words or phrases. Or if you're on an airplane, or if you're in an airport, or if you're in a grocery store, or if you're in a coffee shop, there's a lot of places where the general noise flow is such that it becomes harder and harder to sussate. And of course, when you turn up audio, you turn up the low end, and you turn up the high end, and you turn up the mid-range. And there might be some sibilants or things in that high end that will shear your ears off. Now, of course, it's not entirely magical. Nothing is. Garbage in, very polished, garbage out. A decent signal in, damn decent, very consistent signal out. Excellent signal in, well, why are you bothering? Because this is a nerd channel and I'm somewhat of a nerd, let's look under the hood. What's going on? Did some amazing steely-eyed Irish coders come up with a brand new audio process? Nope. It's actually more interesting than that. They're leveraging a pre-existing one. No wheel reinvention. The pre-existing one is a pretty special case. It's called Optimod. It's a process that was created by Bob Orban. Starting in the early 70s, the gentleman started working on a process concerning the most common problems and pitfalls associated with dialogue. The desired result was a signal that would always cut through and would always be intelligible. The vast majority of broadcasters to this day still use the Optimod process, or some knockoff thereof. Reinvention of the wheel, but the result is the same, something clean, crisp, and clear. Until a few years ago, the Optimod process was entirely out of the grasp of the common person. Orban equipment is typically in the $50,000 and up range. However, SAAS, democratization. Now, anyone can use the Optimod process to improve their results. As of right this second, Audyllic is still offering all of this for free. You upload, it processes, it spits it back out. I've been told that when they do start charging, it will be based on the length of the material that you submit, and it will still be insanely cheap. So there you have it, a company based on a need. Anyone who needs to submit dialogue should try this out. Side note, if you're a recording engineer, you probably have like 5 or 6 people that are like, hey dude, can you, just process this stuff real quick and just throw it back? Would that be cool? Just send them to Audyllic. It's completely automatic, and the results are entirely consistent. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you have a far better than average day.